One of my favorite ways to deliver math content to my students using a flipped learning model is by utilizing a whiteboard app to show my students how to complete the required skills. I like using the Explain Everything app, as you'll see here on my screen. One way to create great math content is using these whiteboard features using your own voice, so you can walk your students through how to complete the required skills step by step. I always like to start with this feature here, the blank canvas. You can actually record your own lessons in Explain Everything, but I'm going to keep that off for this time since I'm creating a separate screencast for you. I can also have my students join me live. However, I like to use this feature for a flipped model, so I'm going to choose not to use that feature at this time. So then I have a variety of tools over here that I can choose from. There's a marker tool, a highlighter tool, my eraser tool. I could input text, but typically I like to stick to this marker tool. And this is going to create a video similar to that of Sal Khan. So on Khan Academy, I'm sure you have seen that Sal creates these great videos where he walks students through different learning processes step by step on the screen using a voiceover on a whiteboard app. We're going to do the same exact thing here, but instead of having someone else's voice, you can personalize your instruction the way you want it to be and walk your students through how to learn the skills at your own pace using your own personal strategies that you like to incorporate into the classroom. So let's say we wanted to teach our students how to multiply 2-digit by 3-digit whole numbers. So I would start off by writing out my math problem. And I would talk my students through how to set this up the way that I want them to learn it. So I would tell my students that the larger number goes on the top. So I'm going to start by writing 212. And below that, I'm going to put my 13, and I'm going to line up my ones place. So I want to use a different color so they see this, my ones place. So the 3 and 13 will be under the 2 in 212. Then I would tell my students that you would go ahead and start by multiplying your 3 by all of the numbers above. And from there, I would continue walking my students through how to solve whatever problem it is that I wanted them to continue learning. Explain Everything does have a free feature. However, it does have a limit on the amount of videos that you can create. So it's best to keep that in mind when choosing the resource for you. There are other resource options out there, including Miro, and also the Google does have their own version. However, I do find that the font and the writing options on Google's version are a little bit difficult for students to learn. I hope this information was helpful to you. Please let me know if you have any questions.